I think for many people, there is a confusion between being detached and being unattached. If you are detached, you're pushing whatever the object of inquiry is, you're pushing it away, you see. There's this energy of getting away from it. That's how I detach. And that's quite different from being able to be in relationship, be a part of everything, and be unattached. There's a difference, quite an energetic difference. And you know, the more you grow spiritually, the more you have to think these things through. You have to be, what do I mean when I say detached? What do I mean when I say unattached? And what is the higher state? So renunciation is just a matter of being unattached. And that doesn't mean, as some people mistakenly believe, it means you don't care about things. If I'm detached, I might not care about that other person. If I'm unattached, I can sit here and hold great compassion for their suffering and really want them, if they're sick, to be well, if they're in emotional crisis, to again be whole. Whatever it is, I can truly empathize with them. But I don't attach myself to what's going on, because probably it's some kind of karma playing out. And I'm very careful not to judge anyone because of whatever karma is playing out, because that is judging myself, you see. I'm unattached in the sense that I want the very best things for them. I want peace. I want a state of internal kindness. I want them to feel good. I want them to have confidence as they go out and live their spiritual path. But I don't get invested in how it turns out, or whether or not they listen to me, or whether or not they think I'm smart when I share with them all the things I know about spiritual development. Those are all attachments, and it's the attachments you want to be rid of, because they confine you to a life of suffering. So we could say that true renunciation is giving, because maybe that's a little stretch, but not really, because when you are unattached to things, you are in a state of open givingness. Is that a word? I don't think so. But this state of being available, you're giving your attention, you can give your time, because they're not linked to some outcome you want or some point of attachment. So we could say that at one level, renunciation is giving up all one's earthly possessions and perhaps going to the monastery or something and disrupting all the relationships. And that at least puts it on the screen. But, you know, I had a student come to me, this was years ago now, and he was going to follow the old rules of renunciation. And I said, well, just think about what you're doing here. And he said, okay. So he gave away all of his possessions, his furniture, his everything, till he had nothing. And he thought that once he had nothing, he just said, I don't have this, I don't want it, I'm detached from all of it, he would have no suffering. But if anything, he suffered more, because he didn't have the comfort of the attachment right there, you see. I mean, for some people, attachments are comforting. So because he'd given up his favorite chair and had to sit on the floor, he wasn't comfortable, and there was a resentment that began to rise. And so I said, all right, why don't you try another kind of renunciation, where you work at the attachment level and not at the actual peace level, a piece of equipment or furniture or whatever, you know. And so learning this kind of renunciation is just being open without attachments. You open into a space of the heart, which is very giving. You give your attention, you can give your time, you can give your love, but you're not attached to how those things affect anybody else or what their karma does with what you've given, you see. That is true renunciation.